とうございます。
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you for coming to our press conference today with Toshi. My name is Abby Sekimitsu. I represent the Professional Activities Committee of the club. Sorry, I hope you heard me. My name is Abby Sekimitsu. I represent the Professional Activities Committee of this club. And with me on the podium today, I have Fred Varco, our club member, who actually we were just talking before we came in. He has interviewed Toshi and his band, X-Japan, 25 years ago, I think. And he brought an old Japan Times article to show him. So Fred is a veteran of his band. And we have Tamako Takamatsu, our interpreter. And of course, our speaker today is Toshi, who, as you know, he is the front man of X-Japan, a band, probably the biggest rock band in Japan in recent generation. They have played all over the world. They broke up once, but reformed again in 2008. And they've been doing world tours. They have another date at Madison Square Garden in New York next month. But in between the time that they broke up and they reformed, Toshi has gone through an amazing, amazing experience, which he has written about in his book. I read the book, and it's quite shocking. So I'm looking forward to Toshi's speech today. He will talk about what led him to publish this book, and also maybe about his music, if anybody wants to know. So with no further ado, Toshi-san, please.
はい、皆さん今日はお集まりいただきましてありがとうございます。
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming today.
今回、本を出版させていただきました。
As you know, I have had the honor of having my book published.
12年間、およそ12年間にわたる、自分の経験を記しました。
I wanted to present the past 12 years of a 12-year period of my life in which I had many, many experiences.
僕がいろんな被害を受けましたが、被害者であると同時に、加害者的側面も持っております。被害者の方もたくさんおられます。僕がこの本を書こうといたしましたのは、ある、お店に買い物に行きましたら、僕を、洗脳したといいますか、洗脳した人のCD がそのお店で流れておりました。名前を変えて流れておりました。そして本もそこで売られておりました。でもう一度そこのお店に行った時に本が売れていたような形跡がございまして、誰かがそれを買ったという感じがいたしました。僕もそこにどうぞ。
As you know, I have received a great deal of injury or damages. In that sense, I am a victim of what has happened to me. However, there is an aspect in which I myself was a member of the perpetrating group. I was a perpetrator as well. What I'm saying is that the damage that I received, that organization has produced many, many victims. And I would like to explain why I decided to write this book. It was because one day I visited a shop to buy something, and I noticed that a CD was playing. There was background music in the store, and the person who had produced the CD, who was singing on the CD, was the person who had given me so much damage. He had changed his name, and not only that, but some books that he had written were also being sold at that store. Sometime later, I visited that store again, and I realized that his books were being sold.
僕自身もその CD 音楽をきっかけに、その道に引き込まれていったという経緯がございましたので、これ以上やはりそういうものをきっかけに、被害を出すわけにはいかないということで、今回、自分の恥ずかしいお話ではありますけれども、この内容をしたためることにいたしました。
It brought back memories of what had happened to me. I originally became part of this organization because I had been attracted to or seduced by the music of this person, by the CDs that he had produced. And I wanted very, very much to ensure that no one else would suffer the kind of pain that I had suffered. I felt very strongly that I had to stand up and explain my experiences so that no one else would become a victim. Of course, the episodes that I've described in the book are quite embarrassing for me, but I felt I had to take responsibility.
それと同時に、この本を、もし若い人たちや子どもたちに、あるいはその親御さんたちに読んでいただいて、その若い人たちは必ず、将来に不安になったり迷ったり、するものです。僕もその時に何か相談する相手や、また何か真実を伝えてくれるような、もしそういうものがあれば、もしかしたらその落とし穴にはまらなかったかもしれない、というふうにも思います。ですので、そのような若い人たちに、道を外さないような一つのきっかけになるような本になればいいなという思いがございました。
At the same time, I felt that I hoped that perhaps young people, young children might be able to read my book, and also the parents of these young people might be able to read my book and gain something from it. What I mean by this is that it is only natural for young people to feel great anxiety and fears about the future. And when they are in the state, if they can learn, perhaps through my experiences, the fact that if they go to someone and speak with that person, if they can find something else to turn to, then perhaps they won't fall into the kind of terrible hole or chasm that I fell into. In other words, I would hope that young people might be able to use my book as a way to keep themselves on the proper path and not fall off.
以上です。
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toshi-san. So we will go into the Q&A now, and if you could identify yourself first and come up to the mic and ask your question in English or Japanese, and we will start with the working press, as is the custom.
フランス10というインターネットテレビジョンの記者の及川と申します。一つだけ簡単な質問で、ホーム・オブ・ハートに入っておられて、コンサート、小さなコンサートを各地でやっていたときに、ファンの方が年帰ってきてっていうのをだいぶその時言われてたんですが、当時はやはりその声っていうのは聞こえなかったんでしょうか。以上が質問です。
So I'm from France 10, which is an internet television organization. I just have one quick question. When you were a member of Home of Heart of Home, excuse me, you gave small concerts throughout the nation, and I think during that period, many fans came to you and asked you to please return to your roots. At that time, were you unable to hear your fans' voices?
その時は、そのような声は逆になんて言うんでしょうか、ファンの思いは自分の耳にはやっぱり心には届かなくて、自分は自分の道を正しい道を行っているんだというふうに思い込んでいた、そういう状況にございました。
At that time, I do not believe that the voices of my fans were able to reach my ears or my heart. In other words, I was utterly convinced at that time that I was on the proper path.
Next question.
Thank プラス10から来ました。ファンからの目線でちょっとファンの人から聞きたいっていうことをちょっとお伺いしたいんですけども、YOSHIKIさんは奥さんやマサヤに会ったことはあるのかどうかっていうことと、あと10年くらいホームオブハートにいたけれども、マサヤさんや奥さんに恨みはなかったのかどうかっていうのをファンの方が聞きたいっていうのを代弁してるんですけど、いいでしょうか。
Excuse me, I have some questions up from different fans. One asks, did Yoshiki ever meet your wife or Masaya-san, if that's correct? And also, was that the correct question? よしきが、奥様が正也さんに知ってた。So yes, had Yoshiki ever met your wife or Masaya-san, Mr. Masaya? And the second question is, during the 12 years that you were in the Home of Heart, Heart of Home, ごめんなさい、最後にそうなんでしたけど、12年間何でしたっけ？10
年くらい訪問パートにいたけれども、マサヤっていう方やトシさんの奥さんに恨みはなかったんですか
？Yes, and during those 12 years in which you were as part of this organization, did you never have any feelings of negative feelings, sort of feelings of revenge or frustration against Masaya-san or your wife?
まず、ヨシキは、元妻には会ったことはあります。そして、マサヤには会ったことはありません。
So in regard to your first question, Yoshiki has met my former wife, but he has never met Masaya.
そしてそうですね、その恨みというどのような言葉で表現したらいいか難しいですが、彼らに対して思うことは、本当に反省をして多分その奪われた人たちの気持ちっていうものを全く理解していない、自分がその立場になってやはり初めて分かるんですけれども、本当に人の痛みを感じるような、反省をしていただきたいというふうに思いますし、これ以上そのような卑劣な人の弱みにつけ込むようなやり方で人を騙したり貶めたりすることをもう二度とするなということを言いたいです。
In regard to your second question, do I bear a grudge or feelings of revenge or bitterness towards Masaya or my wife? It's very, very difficult for me to describe my feelings. I think that, first of all, I would simply have great hope that these persons would repent or look back on their past actions and feel some kind of shame or wanting to do better. In other words, I unfortunately feel that they are not people that understand the victims' feelings. They do not understand the tremendous loss that their victims have suffered over the years. I think actually that kind of understanding only comes if you are in the victim's shoes, if you are once in their place. I would, in other words, just simply hope that they would somehow realize one day that they have caused great suffering and great pain to people, and I hope that they would understand it and wish to do better. And separately from that, or in addition to that, I would hope that they would stop doing the kinds of things that they're doing. I would hope that they would stop trying to take advantage of people's weaknesses, of people's frailties, and cause people great harm.
Next question. We can open it up to the people outside of the working press, but Fred, you have one?
Sure. This is related, obviously, to how did you get sucked in by this? I haven't read the book, unfortunately, because I don't read Japanese. But can you explain the process of how you got sucked in by this group, and how you stayed sucked in by the group for 12 years? Can you go through the whole process so we understand it?
はい、すいません、私は残念ながら日本語を読めないので本を拝読させていただいてないんでございますが、もともとどうやって、このグループに、勧誘されたんでしょうか、誘惑されたんでしょうか、そしてなぜどのようなプロセスを経て12年間も、この中にとどまったんでしょうか、少しご説明いただけますでしょうか。
もともとは、そうですね、今から、1997年の頃になりますけれども、その頃にさまざまな 身内のトラブルがございました。その頃世間的には X として、ある種の日本の中では、東京ドームでパフォーマンスをしたり、CD もたくさん売り上げるなど多くのファンの方々に応援していただけるような、そういう立場にございました。表面はそうだったんですけれども、それにつれて例えば、お恥ずかしい話ですが、自分の家族が、何と言いましょうか、強欲になっていく姿を見たり、また自分の友人と思っていた人間がやはりお金を目の前にしていろいろトラブルを起こしたり、人の強欲さ、また、お金によって人が変わっていく、表変していく姿を目の当たりにしておりました。
But it really began in around 1997. At that time, unfortunately, there were many people around me, family members, friends, etc., who became involved in many what I would describe as troubles. On the surface, it seemed as though everything was going quite splendidly. In other words, X, my rock band, was doing very, very well. We were able to fill Tokyo Dome, have big performances. We were selling lots of CDs. We had the support of numerous fans. So on the surface, everything seemed to be going very, very well. But on a personal level, and this is something, of course, that fills me with great embarrassment, I unfortunately had the opportunity to see members of my family become even more greedy over time. I saw people that I had thought were very close friends. When they were presented with the opportunity to make profit, they changed in terms of their personalities and their characters. In other words, before me, around me, I saw my family becoming more greedier, more wishing to have wealth, and I saw people change because of money.
そういう中で、自分の家族や身の回りの人間が x ジャパンのメンバーやそのマネジメント関係者に多くの迷惑をかけるような事態がたくさん起きてしまいました。
Because of all of these transformations of the people around me, both family members and friends, I saw that there were many, many difficulties or problems that arose that negatively affected not only the members of X-Japan, but also the management staff, many other people who were related to the rock band, and I felt terrible about these troubles.
その頃に、自分がその x ジャパンに迷惑をかけてしまったこと、非常にそれに心を痛めておりまして、悩んでいたとともに、またその頃ちょうど x ジャパンが海外へ、アメリカを拠点に活動していこう、海外へ進出していこうという、そういう夢を持ち、それをやっていこうということで、海外に移住もいたしまして、リーダーの YOSHIKI をはじめみんな一生懸命にそれに取り組んでおりましたが、自分のそのボーカルの力、歌の力が果たしてそういう海外に通用するのだろうかということで、そのことについても悩んでおりました。
So as these troubles were occurring and I was feeling terrible towards the people related to X-Japan about all of the different difficulties that were arising, at that time, therefore, my heart was quite wounded. I felt I was full of anxieties and worries. Many other things occurred around that time. It was decided that X-Japan would try to venture overseas and seek new markets. In particular, we decided to try to launch ourselves in the U.S. market. That was a great dream that we had. As a result, we moved to the United States, and under the leadership of YOSHIKI, we decided to do our very, very best. And having said that, however, I was also filled with personal anxieties about my own talents. In other words, we were successful in Japan, but as a vocalist, would I truly be able to compete in the U.S. market? I had great doubts and fears in that regard as well.
そんな中で、心が弱ったり、また悩んだりしているときに、現在当時ですね、その元妻との出会いがございました。今思えばもうその時からその、洗脳である主催者のマサヤと、妻はつながっていたと自分はそう思っておりますけれども、その頃から、広告塔にするために、あるいは、自分をそう金づるとするために、彼女が近寄ってきて、なんていうんですか、非常に僕にとっては 当時はとても運命の人のように思えて、そこにはまっていってしまいましたが、その彼女と付き合ってからすぐにそのセミナーを受けるに至りました。彼女の誘いで、そのマサヤの音楽を聴かされて、そしてセミナーを受けようということになりました。そのセミナーを受けたら人生が変わるんだというような勧誘を受けまして、僕は彼女のことをとても信じておりましたので、そのままセミナーを受けるに至りました。
And it was at that time in my life when I was feeling quite weakened, both as physically and spiritually, and had great pain and suffering in my heart, that I happened to meet this woman who eventually became my wife and is now my former wife. At the time, I thought it was an accidental, fortuitous, wonderful meeting, but now in retrospect, I suspect, and this is only my suspicions at present, but I suspect that this woman and Masaya were already connected, had ties to begin with, and that although our meeting seemed to be a wonderful, fated, wonderful meeting that actually had been planned all along. In other words, she and Masaya had planned to try to recruit me for their organization so that I would become basically a poster boy for the organization, and also that I would become a source of money for their organization. But at that time, as I mentioned, I thought it was a destiny, that I was destined to meet this wonderful woman, and I was completely seduced by her. And very soon after we met, she invited me to attend a seminar. She told me about this wonderful singer named Masaya, and she said that we must go and listen to his music, and if we attend his seminar, our lives will change. And because I believed her 100%, I attended this seminar.
そのセミナーを受けましたら、とても感動的で、これは自分もこれによって変われるかもしれない、ここで学んでいくことで、彼のもとで学んでいくことで、また彼の歌を歌うことで、自分が変われるかもしれない、正しく生きれるかもしれないというふうに思い込んでしまいました。最初の時はとても感動的でしたが、それが徐々に暴力やまた罵倒やそういうものを伴う、非常に心も体も痛みを伴うようなものになっていきました。それでもこれも自分のためにやってくれてるんだというふうに、思い込むようにさせられていた、それが洗脳というべきものだとは思いますけれども、そのような状態でどんどん深みにはまり、ともかくお金を彼に持っていくこと、元妻に渡すこと、これが唯一自分が貢献できることなんだというふうに思い込むようになっていってしまいました。
So when I first attended the seminar, I listened to Masaya, I listened to his music, and I was truly moved. I felt that he was the answer to all of my anxieties. I felt that if I could study, learn at his feet, I would become a better person. I could change dramatically. If I sang his songs, I would be able to be transformed and lead a truly proper life. At first, as I mentioned, it was a very moving experience, but over time, my time with this man became very, very different. In fact, on a daily basis, I received insults. I was subjected to physical violence, and over time, both my body and my soul became quite battered. But I kept thinking, and I think this is why they call it brainwashing. I was made to believe that all of these terrible things that were being done to me were being done for me, that it was something that was going to be a positive experience for me. I got deeper and deeper into this organization, and over time I became a person who simply made money and simply handed that money to my wife and Masaya. I was made to believe that this giving of money, earning money, and giving this money to this organization was the only way that I could make a significant, meaningful contribution to life.
以上が巻き込まれていた経緯です。
So that is how I became part of this organization.
Next question. Fred, are you okay with that?
No, that's
Yep.
fine. I've got plenty more questions.
Actually, that explained how he got seduced, but the other part of Fred's question was how you stayed for 12 years. Do you have any comments on that?
そうですね、12年間という長い間、なぜそこから抜けられなかったかということは、誰しもが、疑問に思うこととは思います。ですが、それこそが、洗脳であるというふうに言えると思います。疑いを持つんですけれども、疑いは常に持ってそれでいいのかな、大丈夫なのかなという思いはありましたが、でもその疑いを持つ心こそが自分がダメなところなんだということを刷り込まれていきます。ですから、疑いを持っている自分がダメなんだというふうに自動反応的に思ってしまう、それが洗脳の恐ろしさの一つではないかなというふうに思います。そういうことが続いて、12年間もの長い間そこから抜けられなかったという事実がございました。
Certainly, the question that you ask, why couldn't I extricate myself from this organization for such a long time, for 12 years? Everyone asks this question. It's a very natural question to ask. But in fact, the answer to that question is because I was brainwashed. In fact, that is what is so terrible and frightening and horrifying about being brainwashed. In other words, of course, being a human being, one has doubts from time to time. But one is taught through this process that these doubts that one has in one's heart, that is the cause of one's problems. It is because one doubts that one can never become a better person, cannot transform oneself. In other words, it becomes an automatic reflex. One feels some doubt, and then immediately the automatic reflex kicks in. It's because you're doubting, that you have skepticism, because you ask questions that you are not able to go on the right path. That is what is so fearful about brainwashing.
Yes. 弁護士 .com ニュースの山下と申します。ですね、トシさんは今その洗脳からどうやって抜け出されたのかと、今本当にその洗脳から抜け出せているのかということを教えていただければと思います。その理由を教えていただければ。
So I come from bengoshi.com or lawyers.com. You mentioned this brainwashing experience. How were you able to truly free yourself of this experience? And do you truly feel that you are completely free from this brainwashing state?
どのようにしてというのは、その疑問に、先ほどお伝えした疑問に思っていることっていうのをやはり打ち消せなくなる自分の中で、そういうことが重なっていきました。一つは x JAPAN の再結成です。正也元妻からは x JAPAN の存在が世界中の若者をダメにした諸悪の根源であると、いうようなことを、ほぼ毎日のように、暴力を受けながら罵倒をされました。ところが、あるきっかけがあって、x JAPAN の再結成の話が舞い込んできました。僕はそんなのはもう受けられないということで、その話をしに来た人間に、そこ断ったんですけれども、ところがその人間が正也の方にですね、お金を出すから話に乗ってくれということで、数億円用意するというような話になりました。その時にその正也がコロッと態度を変えて、x JAPAN に戻るのがいいじゃないかと、いうような話になりました。その時にあそこまで、自分がダメだと思い込んできたものに、平気で帰るという、それがどうしても自分の中では納得ができなかったことの一つでございます。そこから自分のその疑問というものが抑えきれなくなって、一つ一つの彼の行動や妻の行動、元妻の行動を注意深く見るようになって、少し心が完全に使っていたのが少しだけ離れて見ることができるようになったきっかけの一つであると思います。
As I mentioned earlier, one does face doubts on almost a daily basis, but this automatic reflex kicks in to try to squash that doubt. However, over time, I felt that the doubts, I could no longer keep them down. I could not squash them or quash them anymore. And there were many things that occurred to make me feel this way. The first thing was that x JAPAN decided to come together again and start performing again. for many, many years, when I was the victim of abuse, physical abuse and verbal abuse by Masaya and my former wife on an almost daily basis, it was drummed into me that the rock band X-Japan was the root of all evil, that it was the source of so much suffering and badness for young people throughout the world. However, one day a person approached me and said that he wanted to try to reform the band. And my first reaction, and I told him immediately no, because I had been told for so many years that this was a terrible, terrible thing. However, although I turned this man down, he immediately went to Masaya and he made a very specific offer saying that I will give you several hundred millions of yen in cash if you will help form this band again. And in spite of the fact that Masaya had for so many years taken this very strong stance against X-Japan, when he heard about the possible profits that could come his way, he immediately made a 180-degree turn and said, why don't you try putting this band together again? It was a complete reversal of his stance until then, and he did it so quickly, he changed his position so quickly and easily that for the first time I began to feel a very serious doubt about this person, and that acted as a catalyst for me. In other words, from that point in time, I began to watch the activities of my wife and Masaya with a much more critical eye. In other words, until then, my heart had been completely attached to Masaya and my wife, but from that point on, it began to separate a little bit, develop some distance.